hoisting trophies. Consider it a dress rehearsal for the teams that want to do it on a much bigger stage a month from now. Hello, everyone. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay for tonight's Nebraska Public Championship of the East Husker Conference between Class C2 number 1 Pender and Class C2 number 3 Oakland-Craig. Lou, at the beginning of the year, a lot of folks thought this might just be the matchup we see in Lincoln for the state championship game. This is the second time these teams have played this year. It has a championship atmosphere here in Stanton High School tonight.
I think this was the game everybody was expecting to be in this championship game, and it materialized. Both of these teams are great teams. Both teams have a bona fide superstar leading them. They've got a good supporting cast. They played one time already this year. Well, first of all, both teams are really good in the fourth quarter. They played once already, and it was a 37-36 game at the end of the third quarter. Pender won that fourth quarter by 8. Pender was the better team that time in the fourth quarter. I'm sure Oakland-Craig would like to turn that around this time, but both of these teams are definitely state championship caliber teams.
Lou mentioned the superstars. We'll talk about them next. Get you starting lineups, all the action coming up. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
News Channel Nebraska is covering a game. We want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Welcome back to live coverage of the East Husker Conference Championships on News Channel Nebraska. Our NPPD matchup, Oakland-Craig against Pender. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need them. Oakland-Craig coming into this one ranked number 3 in Class C2. They're the defending champs. They won the state title last year. They feel like maybe they've got something to prove. I'll tell you one player who never has anything to prove, that's Briar Ray.
Well, Briar Ray is a fantastic player, one of those seniors that is just playing at such a high level. Averages 19 points, 10 rebounds, and oh, by the way, 4 assists, 4 steals. What doesn't she do for this team? Last time these two teams played, 23 points, pretty good, right? How about 20 rebounds in that game? What a fantastic player. No question about it. That's going to go through her early and often, and she will be a key factor in whether or not the Knights win this ballgame or not.
Meanwhile, Pender, they've got a lot of different players, a lot of different X factors, but so often this year when they've needed a big bucket, they have gone to Hadley Walsh. I have a feeling they'll be doing that again tonight.
Such a clutch player. We saw her the other night in that fourth quarter in the semifinals just step up and make big plays. She averages about 15.5 points a game, about 8 rebounds, so very similar stat lines. And the other thing that very much like Briar Ray is that when the game is on the line, she just steps up and plays so big. I got to figure this is going to be a close ball game. Look for Hadley Walsh to have the basketball late in this one.
Cannot wait. We've got starting lineups, all the action coming your way. Don't you dare go anywhere. It's the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Heart problems can affect anybody, but there's things you can do to try to prevent them and to treat them right when they pop up. Let's learn more about it from an expert at Faith Regional. By Shane O'Brien, the manager and exercise specialist at the Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehab Unit at Faith Regional Health Services. Our topic today is heart health, and starting with heart attacks, what are some of the symptoms we should be on the lookout for?
Some of the typical symptoms that you hear about are stabbing pain in the middle of your chest, radiating down your arms, left and right arm, maybe radiating up to your neck, shortness of breath.
But this could be different for women, especially women that are having symptoms of cardiovascular disease.
Absolutely. Women's symptoms seem to be more subtle. It could be extreme fatigue. You could have back shoulder pain, toothache, women tend to put other people first and poo-poo their symptoms, and when it could be something more serious.
And so when we're talking about heart health, we want to prevent problems down the road. What are the things that people should be doing throughout their whole lives to make sure they're heart healthy?
Exercise. We want to be exercising at least 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. Nutrition is very important. You want to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, fish, chicken, lean cuts of protein.
With the prevalence of heart problems, that means being able to respond quickly is critical, and CPR is a way to go about that. Now there's the hands-only method. What is that?
Where they used to teach you'd give 2 rescue breaths to every 30 compressions, now it's just continuous CPR. Call somebody for help. You got to get 911 activated. Then you just go right into compressions, 100 to 120 compressions per minute.
What can people do to make sure that they understand how to perform CPR?
Faith Regional has been out in the community teaching hands-only CPR. We teach it up here in cardiac rehab. Every 6 weeks we have a class. Just look for ways to find that education.
Do you recommend that everybody learn that skill?
Absolutely. Even if you weren't able to perform that skill, you could tell somebody how to do that skill.
Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
Back at Stanton High School on apparently costume night. Lou, you're seeing that dinosaur too, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. I just switched medications, and I need to make sure that everything's set up properly. We're getting set for action for what should be an incredible matchup tonight. Top-ranked Pender, third-ranked Oakland-Craig in the championship of the East Husker Conference. Let's talk school spotlights in this one. You see Oakland-Craig coming into tonight with a record of 19-2 for Coach Scott Kaczynski. Their last East Husker Championship, 2022. They beat North Bend Central, finished runner-up in their last conference title game appearance in 2023. Meanwhile, Pender, they're the 3-time defending state champs. They're the 2-time defending East Husker Conference champs. Defeated North Bend Central in the championship game last year. Beat West Point Beamer 2 years ago. They are here by virtue of a victory in the semifinals over North Bend Central, 43-32. Lou, we saw both these teams in the semifinals. I got a chance to check them out. Both teams won against very good teams. Howells Dodge and North Bend Central. Both teams won, I would say, both coaches would say, despite not playing their best game as well.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny because both teams kind of struggled in that third quarter and allowed that game to get tight, and then played well in that fourth quarter to pull away. And it certainly, but I agree. I think both coaches felt like they were not at their best in either of those semifinal games.
Let's talk starting lineups brought to you by Medica with a Medica health plan. You're not just covered, you're cared for. We talked about Briar Ray and what she does. This team, though, very balanced, very good shooting team. Sonia Gazinski, 12 points, just about 4 rebounds per game. One of the best three-point shooters in all of Class C2, had 10 points in that victory over North Bend Central. And Hillary Ray, the 5'9" sophomore, has really been coming on of late. 11 points, just shy of 6 rebounds a game, had 10 points, 3 boards in that victory over NBC. Carolyn Magnuson, by the way, the senior, had 8 points in that fourth quarter, helping them get the win. Meanwhile, for Pender, Coach Jason Dolliver's squad, we talked about Hadley Walsh. You want to talk about a three-point shooting team. They shoot 38% from three as a team. You do that in the NBA, you're doing something. They've got shooters all over. Madeline Dolliver, Macy Dolliver, who's really coming on as a freshman. Madeline Dolliver, however, probably looking for a bounce-back game. She only had 2 points in their semifinal win over North Bend Central. Averages 11 points per game. Myra Hansen, Lou, you've called her the X Factor. The sophomore had 11 points in that win. She averages about 11 and a half, 5 rebounds a game. As you look at Coach Jason Dolliver back on the court. This is not a figure of speech. The court that he built, literally. So he went to Stanton. We'll talk more about this later in the game. He is a Stanton grad. The gym that we are in was constructed in 1996. He was a sophomore on that basketball team. They helped lay the wood in this gymnasium. So both Jason and John Dolliver, shout out John Dolliver if he's watching this evening with the NSAA, helped literally construct the floor that we are on. We are underway. Pender with the ball first.
Eric, that's called doing it all, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what you want. Literally a five-tool player. I'm sure he used at least 5 tools. Here's the freshman, Dolliver, winding her way into traffic and getting to the line. Lou, we noticed this on Thursday. More and more defenders are having a hard time staying in front of the 5'5 freshman.
well, Macy Dolliver, she has got what I would call a wicked crossover.
Yeah.
She handles the basketball about as well as anybody. And I think as a freshman, she's going to get better and better at finishing those plays. And you saw it there where she's able to break down the defense off the dribble. And that's where a lot of those three-point shots come from, is off of dribble penetration. They've got good shooters that spot up around that three-point line. And you got somebody like Dolliver that can get it inside off the dribble. That just creates so many open looks from that three-point line.
The foul called on Sonia Gazinski. Pender, a 65% free throw shooting team on the season. They're up 2-0. Oakland-Craig now. Here's Gazinski. Kicking to Hillary Ray. Now Magnuson was stymied for the first 3 quarters in their semifinal win. Gazinski's 3 short. Rebound Madeline Dolliver. Hadley Walsh, touching for the first time, had a double-double in their victory in the semifinals. Short arm followed and fouled. Second foul on Oakland-Craig is the first on Briar Ray.
Well, I think the book, if you're guarding Hadley Walsh, is watch out for that scoop shot underneath the defense. She's been proficient at that this season, and if she doesn't score, a lot of times she gets to the free throw line.
Had 14 points, 11 rebounds in their semifinal victory over over North Bend Central. There's that crossover again, in and out. Ray the rebound. Oakland-Craig quickly the other way. Magnuson has her shot blocked. Swung to Gazinski. Oakland-Craig stuck on the perimeter. Gazinski picked up by Schrader. Now it's Thompson on the drive. Back to Magnuson, stripped and stolen. Pender's defense has been very good. Held North Bend Central to just 32 points for 16 turnovers. Penn Dragons winners of 10 in a row. Off the window, beautiful movement away from the ball. Hadley Walsh's first field goal.
That's one of the things Walsh does really well, is move without the basketball and able to get herself open so teammates can find her.
Gazinski wants 3. Can't get it. Oakland-Craig struggled from deep in the semifinals as well.
I think Sonia Gazinski's offense is something Oakland-Craig needs in this ballgame this afternoon.
Hadley Walsh, too strong, battle for the rebound. Gazinski out with it.
Guess it's evening now, isn't it? We've been here a little bit.
Gazinski. Magnuson swings to Ray. Briar Ray flaring up top left, wide open. Can't make Pender pay. Long rebound to Dolliver. Great pass up ahead. Kaylee Schrader off the feed from Myra Hansen.
Both teams are going to try to push tempo at times. I think Pender very proficient at that, and a little bit deeper bench on Pender. That could be an advantage.
Nice move in traffic. That's Maya Thompson, her first bucket. Already has equaled her scoring output from the semifinals. Gets Oakland-Craig on the board. Walsh on Briar Ray. The marquee matchup, kicking left side. Three-pointer falls. That's Myra Hansen's first.
Myra Hansen, you talk about the Dollivers, you talk about Walsh. Sometimes you forget about Hansen, and you do that to your own peril, because she's an outstanding shooter.
She has made the 3rd most three-pointers in all of Class C2. Gets the rebound there. Pender wasting no time into the front court, too strong. Ray the rebound. Hadley Walsh 1 of 4 from the field to start the game. Oakland-Craig needs a bucket. Magnuson thought three. Veers up top, miscommunication. Cleaned up, back in and out. Now Gazinski. Backing down, kicking out, but walking is Gazinski. Pender's defense has been very good all year.
Yeah, they rotate well. They help out. And forced Gazinski, who penetrated there, forced her into kind of a bad situation where she ended up traveling. And one thing you can't do, several things you can't do against Pender, but one thing is not turning it over. You can't give the Penders extra possession.
Turned over there. Briar Ray taking on Hadley. Walsh off the window, no. Dolliver. Hansen hesitates, the sophomore back inside, too strong. Finds the rebound. Wide open three for Dolliver. She's going to make those all night. The second most three-pointers made in the state of Nebraska, regardless of class.
Yeah, and those offensive rebounds, if you're Oakland-Craig, you've got to control that defensive glass.
Oakland-Craig needed that.
Yeah.
Gazinski dials it up, timeout call. We will take one as well. 3:16 to go, first quarter. Pender, the 12-5 lead. It's the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruge. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
Pender with the lead in the East Husker Conference Championship in our first quarter, which is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk, where they're building a legacy one page. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you every day and today. Shot falls for Briar Ray. She'll look for one more from the free throw line. Oakland-Craig finding some rhythm on offense out of the timeout.
Well, Briar Ray, she's just one of those players that finds the rim. She attacks the basket strong, gets through that, splits the defense there, and picks up the foul. And if you're Pender, you have to stop the basketball. Can't allow her to penetrate that deep.
Short arms the free throw. Rebound to Briley Mosser, the 5'11 junior. Pender's already led by as much as 10 in this game. Oakland-Craig has nipped it down to 5. Turned over. Gazinski the steal. Now for the Knights. Out on the wing, Marissa Mosman seeing her first action. You mentioned the depth earlier, Lou, as Ray keys a three, can't hit. Oakland-Craig, their rotation basically about 6 players to this point in the year. This three at the other end in transition, not there. Rebound out of bounds. Pender will keep.
That last rebound, Madeline Dolliver, that's her 4th rebound of the quarter. Last time these two teams played, she had 10 points, 10 rebounds.
You mentioned that game. Hadley Walsh had her season high in scoring that night, 27 points. Walsh trying to create here, right into a double team and walks. That's great help defense by Mosman, the sophomore. Oakland-Craig will take over.
That's one thing that Walsh does, is able to dribble, penetrate, and then she spins off that contact. Good job by Oakland-Craig. That helps that defense to double team her and force the travel.
Mosman curling, kicking. Magnuson, nope. Rebound to Dolliver.
Number 5 already.
5'8" senior. She'll be playing college basketball at Sioux Falls in the Northern Sun Conference. Hadley Walsh. Dolliver thought better of it. Entry pass, foul. That'll be on Mosman. Her first.
Well, it's not often you get to see two teams that were state champions last year playing. And now, obviously, Pender has moved up to Class C2, so you've got two powerhouses, obviously, in this game. And then I think your point was well taken that Oakland-Craig's the defending champ. They feel like they might have a little bit to prove at this point. Just people talking about Pender a lot.
And Dragons looking for their 4th straight. Their first title was in C2 against Oakland-Craig. Shot blocked, but a foul called. Dolliver took a shot, looks like to the ribs. She's okay. And Pender's won 2 in a row in Class D1, looking for their 4th straight championship. This year, it would come in Class C2. Macy Dolliver, the freshman. 70% from the land of the free this season. Had 3 points in their win over North Bend Central in the semifinals on Thursday.
Mentioned that first championship, 45-42. Pender beat Oakland-Craig. And while I think there might be a few more points scored in this one, I think that that point spread is going to, that's likely to happen here at this game. I think this one's going to go right down to the wire.
And these two teams played on December the 12th, very early in the season. Pender a 55-46 winner. But that might as well be two different teams. You ask any coach, December basketball and February basketball are two very different things. Kaczynski the step back. Skying for the rebound. Oakland-Craig will keep. Ray. Back in comes Magnuson. Now Briar Ray. To sister Hillary, the sophomore. Thompson. Ray backing down, taking on 3 defenders. Good ball movement, open triple, too strong. Offensive rebound, Hillary Ray. And a foul. Persistence paying off. The sophomore will head to the strike.
Well, the passing that Oakland-Craig did around the lane there, and Thompson, very quick pass. That's what you have to do, is to keep that ball moving, keep that defense out of rotation. They didn't make the shot, but if Oakland-Craig continues with that sort of ball movement, they'll find themselves with some real quality, usually high percentage looks.
That foul on Hadley Walsh. You saw our replays, by the way. Those brought to you in part by Madison County Bank. Here to help you grow, also by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Ray splits the pair back to a 2-possession game. Shot clock no longer a going concern. Waning moments of the first quarter. Dolliver. Walsh. Reuter. Left hand. No. Heads to the line. You've got Allie Reuter, Briley Mosser. You'll see a lot of Giselle Holloway off the bench as well. This is a legitimate 8-deep team. Players off the bench that would be starting for a lot of teams.
Absolutely. That's the thing with Pender, and we talk about that a lot. When sometimes your bench means you're giving your starters a rest. In this case, with Pender, you got players that come in and absolutely contribute. So it's not just an 8-player rotation, but it's an 8-player productive rotation.
Reuter, one of the seniors on this roster. Misses both. Briar Ray the board. Time for Oakland-Craig. Kaczynski. Looking for room, fading away, can't fill it up. And that's the end of the first quarter. The number 1 team in Class C2 playing like it so far, much to the delight of whatever that thing is. After one, it's 14-8 Pender. It's the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today.
folks, we are in Stanton High School. Jason Dolliver, the head coach of the Pender Pendragons, got some history here. 1996, as a sophomore, hits the game-winning free throw in overtime, lifting Stanton over Lincoln Christian for the Class C2 state title. For head coach Kurt Lammers, now the assistant at Norfolk High. You saw the trophy there, the trophy case. Assistant on that team, Dennis Dolliver, his father, who himself has won state championships as a head coach in girls basketball. John Dolliver, his elder brother, was a senior on that team, an all-stater, one of the greatest high school basketball players in state of Nebraska history. And now you've got Jason Dolliver back on his home floor, trying to win a title here.
His reaction to that free throw was just so unlike him. He's just usually such a shy, reserved fella.
I get distracted during Pender games because he is fun to watch on the sideline.
Absolutely.
14-8 Pender with the lead as we start the second quarter alongside Louis Karan, Eric McKay. Good double team foul called. Pender fans don't like it. Briar Ray heading to the line.
I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, but I am saying that if you're a player like Briar Ray, you know how to get to the free throw line.
Yep.
She's a player that leans into that contact. She's just skilled at finding ways to draw those fouls and get to the charity stripe.
For all her basketball acumen, she's going to be playing volleyball in college, heading up to College of St. Mary.
I'm going to think about making, maybe she could play both,
I'm sure the coaching staff wouldn't mind if she made herself available.
Yeah.
13 double-doubles this year. That's third most in C2. She's the only player in Class C2 to be top 10 in points, rebounds, and assists. There's a good argument to be made she's the best player in the class, and she just forced a turnover.
Certainly one of the more dominant, no question about it.
Curling and kicking. Now Hillary Ray off the up fake. Off the window. Good angle. We got a one-possession game.
Excellent drive. They need help around Briar Ray. They certainly have quality scorers, and Hannah is certainly a player that can fill it up.
Now Pender. Offense has waned a bit. This is who you go to when you need a bucket. She kicks and creates. Dolliver. Off the heel. Hillary Ray the board. No field goals yet for Macy Dolliver.
It's Hannah. It's Hillary, not Hannah.
Wing three. No good. Rebound Pender.
Now Pender is the team now that they need something to fall here.
Skip pass. Dolliver. Surveying. Walsh. Oakland-Craig quick to help on her. Now Hanson. Dolliver. Off the up fake. Slid the foot. Great defense there by the Knights.
So quick, but sometimes a little out of control. And that time, another turnover for Pender off that travel. Oakland-Craig has a chance to tie or maybe take the lead.
Thompson. Dribble handoff. Now Magnuson. Tough shot. Dolliver the board. Magnuson 0 for 5 from the field. Good move, the step back. Myra Hanson now with 5.
Pender would love Hanson to have a big-time game here today.
Magnuson. Nothing but the bottom for Hillary Ray. She has 6.
That time it was Oakland-Craig with the penetration and then kick it out to that spot-up shooter. Hillary knocks that one home.
Dolliver. Walsh out of a double team. Hanson. Sidestep 3. Doesn't get the roll. Oakland-Craig will once again try to take the lead. Gazinski. Ray working on Walsh. Gazinski wants three, gets three. Knights have their first lead.
And Gazinski averages almost 13 points a game, and she's one of those players that if she gets hot, Oakland-Craig would have a great chance in this one.
Walsh can't answer. Ray the rebound. Hadley Walsh just 1 of 6 from the field. Oakland-Craig, they've been running this sort of weave offense, driving and dishing. Ray wants three. Oakland-Craig heating up, largest lead.
I think for Pender, you might want to force Oakland-Craig a little bit farther out. They're running that weave right through the lane, so they're getting deep penetration, and then they're finding those shooters.
Pressure defense, 2-on-1, Dolliver fouls. 1-on-1 defense, Thompson won the battle. Knights rolling here in Stanton.
And Pender, that's turnover number 6. Yeah, that one-on-one play, but good on-ball defense. Good hands there to turn Dolliver over. And now a timeout on the floor for Pender.
Pender wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:09 to go in the half. It's 21-16. Oakland-Craig with the lead. This is an extended 19-4 run, Lou. Going back to the first quarter, Pender was up 10. Oakland-Craig's offense has found rhythm, and in a lot of ways starting by what they've been able to do defensively.
Yeah, they've done a much better job. They've really closed that lane down against Pender. And then on the offensive end, Oakland-Craig, as I mentioned, they've been running that weave. And you see they're crossing through the lane. I think the conversation for Pender is you can't allow that penetration into the lane. You got to force that back out and not allow them to run that. Because what happens when you're running that through the lane, that defense has to adjust to that, and that generally leaves those corners especially, and sometimes out high, those three-point shots open, and Oakland-Craig's been making those. So certainly an adjustment has to come here for Pender on the defensive side.
21-16 on our scoreboard, brought to you by Aurora Cooperative. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A stop today. Also by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith. Working hard inside, Hillary Ray. Perfect for the field this quarter.
Wow, the sophomore playing some big-time basketball right now.
Dolliver with a head of steam. Cut off at the elbow. Now Madeline Dolliver wants three. Long rebound. How about the freshman with the effort to keep the possession? Second chance, triple try, not there. Gazinski had it. Ray's out with it. Oakland-Craig off and running. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Third try, the charm. Oakland-Craig rolling.
Now, Oakland-Craig, the more active team right now. What a great job by Briar Ray to run the floor and then continue just hammering the offensive glass. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
Oakland-Craig was down 10. They're up 9. Dolliver will head to the line. Boy, has this been physical so far.
Yeah.
Take a look right into your living room here. So now Dolliver at the line. As you might imagine, a great free throw shooting team. 65% as a squad. Madeline Dolliver, 81%.
You're saying they have the right lady at the free throw line.
That is exactly who they want when they're trying to stem the tide of this Oakland-Craig rush that has got them up 9, second quarter of the East Husker Conference Championship. There you see Coach Dolliver.
I believe Hillary Ray got hit in the nose.
She's yeah, this one's going to be physical, folks.
Yeah.
Two of the more active coaches, even. These coaches might accidentally bump into each other.
Yeah.
The way coaches Gazinski and Dolliver man the sideline. These two coaches, by the way, combined win-loss record, their combined winning percentage is .827. 239 and 50 between these two coaches. You think they know something about winning?
And my favorite part about this job is I get to question what those guys are doing. Like I have any standing in that.
Pender back within 7. Although they've not, there we go. Now they changed it on the scoreboard here, the Mustang Gym. Trying to get Briarway set up inside. Instead, second option, a good one. Points off the pine. That's Marissa Mosman.
Great job moving without the basketball that time by Mosman. Got in the lane and an excellent pass to get her the basketball.
Three-pointer taken away. Foul on the loose ball. I think going to be on Oakland-Craig. I know what Ray was doing. She was trying to start a break.
Yeah.
She probably could have taken the ball with her, though.
Yeah. Got the block there, but that's great defense, though. Really challenging those Pender shooters right now, whether it's the three-point line or in the lane. Great active defense by Oakland-Craig.
Hansen kicks. Open three off the heel. Pender cannot get one from deep. That was Reuter. Now Oakland-Craig. Back to that weave action, and Ray is bleeding again from the nose.
That's a player. If you're Oakland-Craig, you do not want her sitting out any longer than you have to. They're going to try to fix it right now, get her right back on the floor.
She has 8.7 this quarter. The sophomore, again, has really been coming out of late. Had 10 points, 3 rebounds in that semifinal win, a 46-38 win over Howells Dodge. You talk about a turnaround. They had 2 points in the third quarter of that game, 21 in the fourth.
Yeah, and that's what both of these teams can do. I mean, and that's what Pender did the first time these two teams played. They won that fourth quarter 18-10. So no matter what the score is now, obviously a long way to go.
Oakland-Craig went 8 minutes and 18 seconds in the second half without a point and won the game by 8. Final 2 minutes first half here, been a good one. Back and forth, it's Oakland-Craig with control now. Shot clock a concern, out of bounds, and Pender gets the turnover. Macy Dolliver back into the contest.
Pendrag just needs something to fall from, especially from the perimeter. They're just not quite as efficient as they have been from that three-point line. As you mentioned, this is a great three-point shooting team.
Pendragons are just 1 of 8 from the floor this quarter. Only 4 points to their name here in the second frame. Dolliver. Madeline Dolliver. Pirouettes and passes. Hansen, tough shot. Oh, that's the shooter's roll. Myra Hansen has all of Pender's points this quarter from the field.
Hansen has become from a role player to a frontline player. She's been fantastic.
Hansen with 6, Pender back within 7. Fronted and stolen, Hadley Walsh. Oakland-Craig back defensively. Walsh doesn't care. Switches to the left hand, can't get the roll. Ray the board. Hadley Walsh just 2 points in the first half.
Well, that's a shot you'll take a million times out of a million for Pender. It just did not want to fall.
$18-second difference between shot and game clock. Forced pass into a double. Now Pender can hold for essentially the last shot if they want it.
Pender's rotated into more of an extended zone, and that's really taken away that motion offense, that weave that Oakland-Craig was running.
Coach Dolliver barking out the play. Hadley Walsh crosses, jump stops into a double, is tied up. Possession arrow keeps it with Pender. Oakland-Craig has really keyed on the 5'11 senior and kept her from being a factor tonight.
Yeah, when that ball comes down, they're attacking. That's a great job to force that tie up. Pender's got time here to get a shot, though.
It's Walsh. Now Dolliver. From the volleyball line, of course.
Wow.
Clutch from NBA range, and just like that, it's a 4-point game. We've got excitement in Stanton, the East Husker Conference Championship, and it's Madeline Dolliver from Caitlin Clark range. 4-point game. You're watching the East Husker Championships on News Channel Nebraska.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care. Incredibly close.
It all starts at Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, a side-by-side built to work with you on the farm or the ranch. A trusted partner when you're out hunting. And the adventurous speed to feel the thrill when it's time to play. Work hard, ride hard, play hard. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, powering your passion every step of the way.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect, like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation, powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
Receiving 3 top heart and vascular honors from Health Grades reflects the trust our community places in Faith Regional. Behind every recognition is a patient who turned to us in a critical moment, a family seeking reassurance, and a cardiovascular team dedicated to being there. Our specialists deliver trusted expertise, proven outcomes, and compassionate care because our patients are and always will be our why. Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute. Triple honors, one dedicated team.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
Back at Stanton High School, halftime East Husker Conference Championship. 27-23, Oakland-Craig with the lead over Pender. Both these teams, top 3 teams in Class C2 as we take a look at the top 10. And there's a lot of potential conference championships in Class C2 tonight. You've got Pender and Oakland-Craig playing for the title tonight. As we bring up our rankings, you'll see Alcorn Valley, number 2. They're playing in the GNAC Championship right now against West Holt. I'll try to get a scoring update in that one. Elkhorn Valley with the lead 35-27, that second half. You've got Alma. They just keep rolling, 21-1. Guardian Angel Central Catholic defeated Boone Central earlier tonight. They are the Mid-State Conference champs. Elmwood Murdoch playing Freeman for the ECNC Championship. Centura fell to Central City by just 1 point in the Lou Platte Championship earlier today. And Thayer Central ends up falling to Sutton in the third-place game in the Southern Nebraska Conference. But, Lou, we talk about Pender and Oakland-Craig. All Elkhorn Valley does is keep winning, and they look like a championship-caliber team out there in Tilden.
We saw them earlier in the year, and, you lose players like J.J. Black and, Froberger. You had such great players on that team, and they just reloaded. I mean, they seem like a deeper team. They're very athletic. I think that's a team to watch. And you certainly got Pender and Oakland-Craig, the marquee matchup that we're watching right now. But there's a lot of good teams in that field. Don't sleep on that top 10 at all.
Meanwhile, the bracket in this one, a lot of really good teams that aren't going to be in the championship game. That's the deal with the East Husker Conference Championship every year. We talked about how Oakland-Craig advanced here with a 46-38 win over Howells Dodge. We also saw Pender advance to the championship game with a victory over North Bend Central in the semifinals. Those two teams, their third-place game went to double overtime, which pushed us back a little bit. That's why we started about a half an hour late. We got more halftime show coming your way next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better.
Here, in the heart of our communities, we observe the banker in their natural habitat. Watch as they greet customers with genuine smiles and guide them through life's milestones. Observe as they build relationships, supporting small businesses, neighbors, and communities alike, and on occasion, assisting even the most loyal of customers. Rooted in community, they thrive by focusing on what truly matters: trust, relationships, and helping others grow. Elkhorn Valley Bank, there really is a difference.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Let's take a look at our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Lou, this game, really the tale of two quarters. It was all Pender in the first quarter, all Oakland-Craig in the second. Really got a chance to see what both of these teams can do when they're operating at their best.
Yeah, obviously both teams are great teams on both ends of the floor, and I thought defense has really adjusted at times in this game, and you know, especially Oakland-Craig there into that second quarter, and Pender struggled at times. You're not seeing it here. They started very well from the field. Second quarter they struggled a little bit, but there's the sharpshooter Madeline Dolliver who knocks a big one down right there.
But Oakland-Craig started heating up in the second. They were down 12-2 at one point, went on an extended run, able to build a 9-point lead. And Lou, they started hitting their outside shots. Actually shot better from three in the first half, 4 of 10 from deep, as 3 of 13 by contrast was Pender in the first half. Hadley Walsh, that's the only bucket she's made, just 2 points for the senior. Sorry, that was Hansen, but Hadley Walsh only had 1 bucket in the first half. Great first half for Madeline Dolliver, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 7 points for Myra Hansen. The Ray sisters combining for 17 and 12 in the first half. Quickly, folks, want to let you know our halftime brought to you by RMV Construction. If you got a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction, the company you need to call. Tonight we're featuring the Yanni Park Pavilion out in Kearney, Nebraska, $3.7 million project. RMV Construction recently wrapped up. They built a 3,600 square foot event space. It's got a catering kitchen, wraparound patio, fire pit area. Every detail shows the care and quality RMV puts into their work. So if you got a community space, a commercial project, something completely unique, trust the team. that brought Yanni Pavilion to life. That's R&B Construction with offices in Kearney and Lincoln. Trusted, local, proven.
And they also build the pool in your house? Wasn't that the...
That's not a pool. I have sinkhole issues, and we've just decided to make the most of it.
I call my pool my bathtub. That's it.
Second half underway. East Husker Conference Championship. Pender trying to win their third in a row. A turnover on the first possession.
That three-pointer at the end of the half by Madeline Dolliver was a huge shot, just for momentum's sake. I trimmed that lead from 7 to 4, but gives you that mental edge a little bit going into the locker room.
What kind of adjustments will Pender make, if any? Good inside-out game for the open triple. Back to a one-point game.
Well, that's what Pender does so well. Great ball movement. Find those shooters that are spotting up on that three-point line and then knock them home. So you're going to have to really defend that three-point line if you're Oakland-Craig.
Hadley Walsh averages just shy of 4 assists a game. She was a distributor there. Hillary Ray cooling off. Rebound tracked down by Hanson. Hillary Ray only missed 1 shot in the second quarter. 8 points, 5 rebounds in the first half. Pender will look to regain the lead. Dolliver can't turn the corner. Swung to Walsh. Again, the last time these two teams played, she had 27. Held to 2 tonight. Shot clock a concern. Foul on the floor. A fresh 35 for Pender. After the foul on Ray, that's her second. Dolliver finds some room, finds the bucket, and one.
I think you saw right there with Madeline Dolliver, one of the big reasons she's going to be playing in Sioux Falls. Not just a good shooter, handles the basketball well, really good drive into the lane, and then was under control, great body control through contact. Made that one look much easier than it was.
First player in double figures for either side tonight has 11. Now the seesaw, tipping in Pender's direction in a 2-3 zone. Like you said, Lou, really extending it to try to keep Oakland-Craig from driving the way they did in the first half. Hillary Ray, look what I found. Tie game.
Well, Hillary Ray has been, I think, the most impactful player right now for Oakland-Craig. She's done it on both ends of the floor and really has raised her game in this ball game.
Now she's in double figures. Walsh can't turn the corner. Dolliver wants 3. Long rebound, Hanson. Slapped out. We don't know which direction it's going, so jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Pender.
That's an honest call there by the officials. I mean, you didn't see it, you didn't see it.
Tough to tell. We play on. Pender out of the double team. Fading away. Can't fill it up. Well, they've done a great job on Walsh tonight.
Really making her work for her points. Nothing easy.
Kaczynski. Thompson. Good swing. Ray wants 3. Tipped out. Stays with the Knights.
I love the officials. They're right like 50% of the time, right? I mean, one side of the gym says you're wrong. The other side said, nice call.
Kaczynski tees it up from distance. Knights back on top.
Sonia Kaczynski can shoot and she can get hot. You got to get, if you're Pender, you have to respect that. Got out, closed out late on her, and she made them pay.
She's made 3 in a row from distance. Now Walsh looking for anything. Has to pass out. Hanson. Dolliver. They've done a nice job staying in front of her tonight, Lou.
Yeah, really, again, much like Walsh, just making her work. It's nothing easy.
Too wild at the other end, turned back over to the Pendragons. Here in our third quarter, which is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms.
One thing I've liked with what Oakland-Craig's done with Dolliver, you talk about staying in front of her, is you have to move your feet. You don't. Sometimes you get caught reaching on a player like that. If you can slide your feet and stay in front of her, it makes it much tougher.
Miss from Dolliver, Ray the rebound. Mishandled. Weird side spin on that pass. Oakland-Craig keeps it. Thompson. Dribble handoff, Ray.
Travel.
Shuffled the feet, trying to reverse direction. Both teams starting to tighten up a little bit. But there's a lot at stake here, not just a conference championship. But you know that this tournament was something that both of these teams, these fan bases had circled because of the potential of what this title game could be, what it could mean, not just for the conference, but for all of Class C2. Kaczynski called for the hip check.
Just get a feeling that this is game 2 of 3. You just get the feeling
feels like it.
Are going to find each other in Lincoln.
That's Kaczynski's third foul.
She may have to sit for a while. We'll see if Coach leaves her out there. Risk that fourth foul before the fourth quarter even begins.
Walsh finds some room. Can't get the jumper to go. Foul on the rebound as Ray was in position. That will be on Mosser, her first. Hadley Walsh, 1 of 9 from the field.
Wow, that's doing an exceptional job. Walsh, such a quality scorer. But we mentioned fourth quarter teams, fourth quarter players, and Briar Ray and Hadley Walsh got a whistle now.
We have a sideline warning. Coach Kaczynski.
On these coaches? No way.
I would love to see a pedometer on these coaches.
I know.
I don't know if it's a sideline warning or a substitution issue or got it sorted out. Maybe making sure. There you see Coach Kaczynski. He's coached quite a few places before coming here.
Looks like a guy I wouldn't want to have a bench press contest with.
No. Nope. That shot doesn't blink out, chip its way down. Walsh the rebound.
Teasing us.
How did that not fall? Dolliver, the crossover. The scoop shot too short. Nice pass in traffic off the window. Oakland-Craig up 5. Ray the assist to Marissa Mosman.
Ray playing so well. Having an off night on the boards, only 10 rebounds. She had 20 last time these teams played.
Working on yet another double-double. That would be her 14th of the season. She's 1 point away. Walsh drawing 4 defenders.
I was going to say, look at that. 4 defenders. Take her out of the equation.
This time, only 1 player in front of her. Offensive rebound. Hansen keeps it alive. Walsh into the tie-up. Or is it? We talk it over. They say jump ball, possession arrow, Oakland-Craig. Oakland-Craig has prepared for Hadley Walsh about as well as anyone possibly could.
We're just getting so much help. Every time she drives in, that's been a concerted effort for Oakland-Craig, is to get help. 4 on her, trying to take her completely out of the game.
Nice bench pass. Bounce pass through the lane. Heading to the line for Oakland-Craig. This is Emma Anderson. She did not play in the semifinals. Anderson, a 5'4" senior. It's the first free throw.
Yeah, no problem. Come in off the bench, knock down a big free throw here with 2:06 to go before the third quarter, and help this Oakland-Craig Knight team extend that lead.
Splits the pair, Walsh the board. Two minutes to go, third quarter. Oakland-Craig is trailed by as much as 10. They're back up top by 6. Nice pass. Dolliver, the distributor. Mosser, the benefactor, her first bucket. Ray quickly the other end, drawing damage.
Well, both teams damaging with the dribble penetration. Pender with the Dolliver pass to Mossman for the jumper, and then Briar Ray does what Briar Ray does, and that's just find the lane, find that rim, get to the foul line.
There's the double-double. 14th this year.
Yeah, I want to go out on a limb and say she's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. An all-stater in volleyball as well. Gets both. Oakland-Craig up 6. They've led by as much as 9. Good shot left side.
Got a couple of those there. Mosser in a row. Mosser's found herself open and did a great job burying both of those shots.
Corner triple off the heel. Walsh another rebound and a foul. Been a tough night for Carolyn Magnuson. 0 for 6 from the field, no points. But again, that was how it was for her in the semifinals. Then she had 8 in that deciding fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think we got a big-time fourth quarter coming up. We talked about Pender and their depth. Mosser with the last couple of buckets coming in off the bench and being very productive.
Walsh. If you're wondering, the fewest points she scored in a game this season, 5. That was in a win against Tri-County Northeast that was running clock. She didn't play much. She's only been held in single digits twice this year, both of them in games where she sat for most of the second half.
Yeah.
The other one, a 69-9 win over Wakefield, in which she had 9.
A 4-point game. Pender's got a chance to trim this lead. As we mentioned, both these teams are very good fourth quarter teams. So I expect, the cream rises to the top. You're going to see some big time plays, I think, from Walsh, from the Ray sisters, from Dollivers. I mean, there's great players all over this floor.
Pender shooting 70% from the line tonight, 7 of 10. Make it 7 of 11. Ray, another rebound. Final minute, third quarter. Kaczynski has time. Can't hit. Dolliver the board. $11-second difference between shot and game clock. Walsh. Into a double again, now a triple. Kicks out, extra pass, travel. Off the up fake.
All right idea. Really good ball movement that time by Pender. But the turnover gives the ball back to Oakland-Craig.
Shot clock is off. Mia Thompson runs point.
Much like Pender with that shot before the half, can Oakland-Craig have that momentum going their way in the fourth quarter?
Pender had regained the lead, but Oakland-Craig has taken it back. Ray. Taken away. Well read by Pender. Shot won't fall at the buzzer, but it's Oakland-Craig trying to vanquish the number 1 team in Class C2. 8 minutes of regulation basketball left. It's the East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska. High-quality hoop in Stanton.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
Stanton, Nebraska, the site, the East Husker Conference Championship. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Oakland-Craig down 12-2 early in this contest. They've come back and taken the lead. They're up 4 as we start our fourth quarter. Hadley Walsh can't hit. She's been stymied most of the game. Hanson, great effort. Off the high window, no. But she'll head to the line. Here in our fourth quarter, brought to you by John Henry's. Their family serving yours.
I've called Myra Hanson the X Factor. I'm going to change that. She's just the factor. Yeah. I mean, there's no X Factor about her. She's one of the best players on the floor.
Held without a point in the third quarter. Has 8 points tonight.
How good will Myra Hanson be as a junior next year?
Under the guidance of Coach Dolliver and his great coaching staff. A coaching staff, by the way, that includes former Stanton girls head coach Liz Fisher, now Liz Hoffman. Led Stanton to a 23-2 season, but didn't make state that year. Shot off the mark for Kaczynski.
Great rebound that time by Walsh.
Walsh has found ways to be productive, despite not scoring. Great floater from the freshman, Macy Dolliver with 9.
Knights need to seal off that lane. That's too easy. When Dolliver is able to penetrate like that, good things happen for the Penn Dragons.
Drive and kick. Magnuson was open, instead weaves. Leaves it for Kaczynski. 9 points for her. Showing the handles. Magnuson thought 3, thought better of it. Instead it's Ray. Off the mark. Dolliver the board. Briar Ray with no field goals in the second half. Does have a double-double. Dolliver off the wall screen. Taken away. Sent back by Hillary Ray. Now Briar Ray heading to the line.
Wow, how good has Hillary Ray been on the defensive end? Great timing on that. Just go up and not only get that shot blocked, but then get it over to Kaczynski to keep grab possession, and then Oakland-Craig is off and running, but that it starts on that defensive end with a great block by Hillary Ray.
Free throw up and good. Briar Ray, all of her points have come from the land of the free in the second half. 4 for 4 from the line, 6 of 7 from the stripe for the game. Oakland-Craig back on top. Pender. Surveying. Good movement away from the ball. Open 3 short. Kaczynski the board. Pender gets back. No fast break for Oakland-Craig. Kaczynski. Hillary Ray really thought about that 3. Instead poked away. Ray regains the dribble. Swung to Kaczynski. Steps back. Fades away. Fills it up.
Well, Sonia Kaczynski has that in her bag of tricks. That she's got a nice step-back jumper. We've seen it before. And that was a big one.
4-point lead for Oakland-Craig. Walsh didn't take the open 3. Instead looks to create inside off the window. Her first point since the first quarter.
Walsh has had a rough night offensively, but look out. 5 minutes still to go.
Ray on the attack. Anderson. Kaczynski. Ray wants 3. Looked good out of her hands.
Yeah.
Too strong. Out of bounds to Pender.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to fall. That would have been a big one.
She's a 32% three-point shooter on the season.
There's that step back.
Man,
Kaczynski.
That's an incredible shot. On our replay, brought to you by Mead Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. Pender once again looking to either tie or take the lead. Offensive rebound. Foul on the floor. Great effort there. Riley Mosser has turned in some good work off the bench.
Absolutely. Great production. She did a couple of big shots, and that's a big rebound there. Great effort. Sneak in there and get that rebound and get that ball out to keep possession.
Walsh steps away from the double team, missed everything. Kaczynski. Mosman doesn't have the cutter. Instead, it's back to Kaczynski. Wants three. Ooh, that looked good, too. In and out. Another rebound, Hadley Walsh.
Now, Walsh has picked up the rebound game here in the second half. That's her 5th board of the second half, 6 overall.
Hanson. Kaczynski stays in front. Boy, Oakland-Craig has done such a great job helping off ball. Open three, though. Pender's on top. Macy Dolliver in double figures.
Late getting over to Macy Dolliver, and again, made her pay. They got to close out quicker on those shooters.
Kaczynski, great cut, great pass. Back on top are the Knights. It's Mosman. And a timeout call. We'll take one as well. Don't you dare go anywhere. 3:40 to go. It's a one-point game. The East Husker Conference Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Receiving 3 top heart and vascular honors from Health Grades reflects the trust our community places in Faith Regional. Behind every recognition is a patient who turned to us in a critical moment, a family seeking reassurance, and a cardiovascular team dedicated to being there. Our specialists deliver trusted expertise, proven outcomes, and compassionate care because our patients are and always will be our why. Faith Regional Cardiovascular Institute. Triple honors, one dedicated team.
Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports. In that post-game show, you'll see our top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Who will be making the top plays late? Back and forth we go. Dolliver has had the hot hand. Short arms that one, rang another rebound.
Another pretty good look there for Pender. That's just ball reversal, finding that open shooter on the other side of the floor.
Mosman, marked by the freshman Dolliver. Hands to Ray. Thompson, who's been hampered by foul trouble, got the shooter's roll. That's a tough shot. Thompson, her first bucket since the first quarter.
Well, Thompson got the roll there. You're right. That was a difficult shot. And that's a big one, up 3 now.
Dolliver working in on Kaczynski. They close out on Macy Dolliver. Hanson. Head of steam. Hadley Walsh working hard, heading to the line.
That might have been the first time, maybe the entire game, where there was nobody in front of her. It seemed like every time Oakland-Craig has got somebody sliding over there to shut her down as she's driving the lane. Nobody in front of her that time. Took it all the way in and gets fouled.
Gets the roll on the first. That gets her to 5 points.
All seems like the player that it doesn't matter how those first three quarters go. She is one of the best players, I think, in the state at playing in that fourth quarter.
Perfect trip, 1 point game. Thompson picked up by Dolliver. Backs her down. Ray left the ball behind. Got behind the defense again. That's the second time they've been able to run that to Mosman.
Yeah, Mosman was kind of backdooring that Pender defense, and they're losing her two really good passes by Ray.
She's got 8 off the bench. Tough. Strong down low. Madeline Dolliver.
Well, you talk about a game of inches. Walsh was about an inch away from getting a steal there, just a half second late, and then instead of the steal, picks up the foul.
Madeline Dolliver, 13 points for the 5'8" senior. But the foul on Walsh, her second. Oakland-Craig. Ray stepping through, heading to the line. That'll be the 4th on Hansen.
Pender is just allowing Oakland-Craig and Briar Ray in particular to penetrate very deep into that lane. They're going to have to probably do a little bit like what Oakland-Craig's done to Walsh and get a second player over there, force her to get rid of the basketball. When she's able to penetrate deep into that lane, she's either going to score or find a cutter.
Briar Ray has not hit a field goal this half, but her ability to get inside has gotten her to the line. That's her first miss in 6 attempts from the line in the second half. 2-point game. Walsh. Hansen. Not there. Thompson strong on the board. Pender's 3-point game has not been there tonight. Shot just 26% in the semifinals. That was the worst showing from deep since their victory over Millard North in Kearney. A game you saw here on News Channel Nebraska. Gazinski draws the double. Thompson. Shot clock down to 6. Thompson, long deuce. Another rebound, Hadley Walsh.
Pender in the man-to-man on that possession forced Oakland-Craig to work much more than they have recently to find a good shot.
There are 7 timeouts left between these two teams. We got a minute to go. Pender's on top. Dolliver from deep.
Wow.
Madeline Dolliver in clutch time. 1-point lead for Pender. We are nowhere near done.
Absolute clutch genes there from Dolliver.
East Husker Conference Championship here on News Channel Nebraska. Stick around after the game. Madeline Dolliver may be politicking to be our player of the game. That player of the game interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Also brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point. Well, there's already been a double overtime game tonight on this floor. We've still got the boys' game tonight, which should be a fascinating matchup as well. West Point Beamer and North Bend Central.
Yeah, it should be a fun basketball game. This one, this one has been kind of the main event, so to speak, with the two highly ranked teams, two defending state champs, and it's been as advertised, 49-48 for Pender. That shot by Dolliver gives the Penn Dragons the lead, but Oakland-Craig will have the basketball, and you feel like, it almost feels like maybe the team with the ball last. I mean, you've got
really does. Such
great players on both sides of the floor, players that can make plays.
Madeline Dolliver with 16, Macy Dolliver with 12. The Dollivers have combined for 28. Ray kicks. 19-second difference between shot and game clock. Shot blocked. What a play defensively by Allie Reuter. That's Marissa Mosman's first miss tonight, and Pender's going to talk it over. We'll keep it here. 29.3 to go. About as good a defensive play as you're going to see.
And she really was up on her and timed that jump perfectly. And then Madeline Dolliver, had 5 rebounds in that first quarter. He's had 2 since then, but that was a monstrous one. Because now Pender has the basketball up 1. And my goodness, I think if you're you Pender, you feel pretty good about where you're at just because you got so many players that can handle the basketball. But Oakland-Craig, plenty of time here to, if you can get, I don't know. Now, 28 on the shot clock, 29, you're probably going to have to come out and be aggressive defensively.
Oakland-Craig's only got 3 team fouls. There's number 4. So the next one will put Pender at the line. Pender fans want an intentional.
That's exactly what you had to do. One thing I'd like, I think if you're Oakland-Craig, you're not just fouling. I think your first option there is to try to get a steal, and then if that doesn't happen, then you go to the foul. There's still 24.8 to go. If you would have time to at least do one pass to try to get a steal.
Next one puts Pender in the bonus. Dolliver. It's exactly who they wanted the ball to go to. That's an 81% free throw shooter. That's the 5th foul on Thompson. The senior fouls out.
Even 2 free throws here is 1 possession game.
Madeline Dolliver. Boy, did she want a bounce-back game. Just 2 points in the semifinals. She has stepped up big tonight. 16.
Oh.
Wow. Still 16.
In
you could have bet me $1,000 I would have taken it if that one was going in. Timeout, Oakland-Craig. Come right back. Big free throw next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Settle in. 24 seconds to go. Madeline Dolliver. Regardless of what happens here, Oakland-Craig will have a chance to win.
You want this one, obviously. A 2-point shot. If you miss this free throw, beats you.
Got the roll. Now Pender will sub. Hansen with 4 fouls sits in favor of Allie Reuter, who's been very good defensively. 24 seconds. Oakland-Craig's got 2 timeouts. They don't take him. Ray to the window. Rebound, Hillary Ray. Gazinski might have been blocked. Down low, tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with Oakland-Craig. Wow.
A lot of action, a lot of scrambling.
And now a timeout called by Oakland-Craig. Lou, Oakland-Craig went right at it. They were not looking for the last shot, just trying to get whatever they could. Well, but now, with them having the ball about 10 seconds, they're probably playing for the last one here.
Well, they've been able to penetrate into that lane a lot in the second half, and I think Briar Ray, nobody better than her, and really nobody's stopping the basketball. That's not a bad option, I think, is to attack when you see that opportunity, and you have a player like Briar Ray. But I think you continue to do that. I think you get it out and dribble penetrate, and either try to get to the free throw line or, certainly if you can kick it out to an open 3-point shooter, you take that. But I think, obviously, the ball's got to be in Briar Ray's hands, and I think you attack off the dribble. They've been able to get into the lane with a lot of regularity, especially here in the second half.
10.5. Still another timeout for Oakland-Craig. 2 for Pender. Gazinski will trigger. Watch for her as a shooter coming off the inbound. Ray. Can't get it. Battle for the board. Pender's got it. Foul call.
Wow.
What defense? Hadley Walsh. It hasn't been there for her offensively, but she has stepped up when they needed her defensively. A great stop on Briar Ray there.
I think if you're Oakland-Craig, you're thinking you got the shot you wanted. Briar Ray in the lane. That's a shot that you're going to take, and it just didn't fall. Walsh with a big-time rebound can ice it with a couple of free throws.
It was Dolliver with the defense. Still a one-possession game.
Not over yet.
Madeline Dolliver with the defense. Walsh the rebound. Oakland-Craig wants her to think about it. So regardless of what happens here, Oakland-Craig will have a chance to tie, potentially win the game with 4.3.
Yeah, big-time free throw coming now. We went from having a chance to ice the game to now just preventing a possible loss on a three-point shot. Oh, a lot of drama here.
Is this February or March?
Well, like I said, this is a preview. I think these teams are going to play in Lincoln somewhere. Either the semis or in the finals.
A lot of basketball yet to be played, but you'd have a hard time arguing against these two as the best in the state of Nebraska. Three-point game. Now Pender will call timeout. 4.3, Oakland-Craig's got to go the length of the floor.
Yeah, Oakland-Craig's got to shoot a three-pointer now. That dribble penetration and just not enough time to drive the floor, I don't think. So you got to find a way to get it to one of your shooters and find a quality look, and you got to do that in 4.8 seconds. I'm sure in this case, with if you're Pender, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to foul. I don't think, even though it's a three-point game.
They do have one to give.
Right. I was just going to say that you can be aggressive, but the one thing you don't want to do is to if you're going to foul, you got to foul in the backcourt. You don't want to foul somebody taking a shot, and that ends up being 3 free throws that can put this game into overtime. So you got to be smart. You want to force Oakland-Craig to use some time. I think you want to have your hands up, and I think you want to force them to shoot over the top of that defense. If they make it, you live with it. We'll see if they certainly I think they're going to foul once here.
Ray.
Maybe not.
Tough shot at the buzzer. Oh, it almost went, but it doesn't go. And Pender, for the third year in a row, has won the East Husker Conference Championship. Your final, 51-48. Pendragons win again. Madeline Dolliver, the clutch performer. Oakland-Craig hitting big shots down the stretch, but in the end, it's the Pendragons taking home the trophy for the third year in a row. Post-game show next. This is News Channel Nebraska.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you. through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together. And together, we go further.
When you're proud of the community you live in, taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a family, all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Well, a battle of heavyweights here at Class C2. It's the Pender Dragons with a 51-48 win tonight, and they are the East Husker Conference champions. Joined now by Jason Dolliver, head coach. And boy, Coach, that was one that it was just kind of ebb and flow. It was back and forth, and you guys found a way to win. What was the key to surviving this ballgame?
The key to survival was weather the down moments. We talked about runs are going to happen both ways. When they go the wrong way, just stay poised and calm. And then, when we get things going, just win every possession. Try to win every possession. When you lose one, fine, move on, go win the next one. Those were our key pieces.
Well, they did a heck of a job on Hadley Wall. She just was never able to get going offensively, doubling, tripling, sometimes quadruple teaming her. But yes, she was able to affect the game on the boards, on the defensive end of the floor. What do you have to say about her effort tonight?
Sometimes the ball goes through the rim and sometimes it doesn't. In the end, we want to score, and Hadley knows that, and she does a great job of it. Her rebounding was unbelievable. She grabbed, I would like to see the number. It had to be a bunch, but defense was phenomenal. She's a girl that we're not in that game without her.
Absolutely. One of the things that we thought would be an advantage for you guys tonight is your depth. You've got good production off the bench, really good tonight. Monster, Rutar all played well. What do you have to say about the bench tonight?
Yeah, our bench, we've got a bunch of girls on our team. That's why we're pretty good, is because our practices are a battle. And, those kids come in and do a great job. They know their role. And, the bench players played big, whether they were in the game or not.
Well, how do you get Madeline to get all those rebounds? 7 rebounds with 17 points. What are you feeding her?
That's just the heart of a champion right there. The girl loves to win, maybe hates to lose a little bit more, and you got to do what you got to do to win. So go get rebounds.
How much fun is it to come home and get a big win like this, Coach?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is I actually helped put this floor together way back when. It's fun. It's pretty indescribable. I got big-time goosebumps in the locker room on Thursday. I got to stand exactly where my coach stood when I was a kid and give the pregame talk. It's just kind of a super fun moment.
Well, my partner, Eric McKay, said you were a 5-tool player. I'm guessing that screwdriver, a saw, all kinds of tools. Would that be accurate?
Sure.
Coach, congratulations. What a big win. You get the conference championship. Probably a preview maybe for state. You might probably see these guys again.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see them again.
Absolutely. Well, again, Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Appreciate your coverage.
You bet. We'll get Madeline in here. Madeline, man, oh man, are you a good three-point shooter or what? What makes you such a great three-point shooter?
Yeah, so a lot of us on the team are great three-point shooters, but I say all of us stay after in the gym, and we all shoot on the gun that we have, and we put time in out of practice and in practice. So,
you feel like they were really taking away the paint, which gave you some opportunities from the perimeter?
Yes, a little bit. They were definitely trying to take Hadley away, and then obviously movement of the ball helps. So, yeah.
How difficult was it to keep them out of the lane? I think Briar Ray and Hillary, they were penetrating very well, and you guys had a tough time, but yet you're able to play defense, especially there late, to keep them from scoring. How difficult was it with their dribble penetration game?
Yeah, they're really great players. We know that that's their thing. They like to do that, but we also know that it's us stopping them, not one individual player stopping them. But I got to give credit to them because they're really good.
Absolutely. Now, you guys are 3-time state champs. It's not like you need confidence going forward, but you beat a really good team. You beat them twice. What does that do for you guys as you head into postseason here?
It definitely shows us who we are. We're a state championship caliber team, and beating a really good team twice definitely shows that and proves that.
How were you able to get 7 rebounds? You had 10, I think, last game against these guys.
Yeah, so every game they face guard me, so I know that I need to contribute in a different way, and I've kind of made that a rebounding thing, so, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Madeline, hey, congratulations. 17.7 rebounds, conference championship. What else could go right tonight, huh?
Oh, gosh, not much more.
That's Madeline Dolver, player of the game, 17.7 rebounds, 51-48. They are the conference champs. Eric, back to you.
All right, thank you, Lou. That player of the game interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Also by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better. What a game! Let's relive it. Let's talk top plays. Brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. Visit Elkhorn Valley Bank for all your banking needs. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. The East Husker Conference Championship, #1 Pender, #3 Oakland-Craig. I feel like that's all that needs to be said, except for the fact that you need me to talk to provide context for the visual images that you're about to see, the first of which comes in the first quarter. Oakland-Craig did a really nice job defensively on Hadley Walsh. She gets that shot to drop. Did not score again, though, until the fourth quarter. Pender opens the game on a 12-2 run. Oakland-Craig was able to get that bucket there. That was their only bucket for about 6 minutes. Pender really rolling, hitting from deep. This shot falls from Myra Hansen. They would get another triple right after that from Madeline Dolliver, one of the best three-point shooters in the state of Nebraska. Full stop. Pender with the lead after 1. We go to the second quarter. Oakland-Craig starts to trim into the lead. They start hitting from deep. The sophomore, Hillary Ray, who is really coming on for Oakland-Craig, had a huge first half. 8 points, 5 rebounds. Sonia Gazinski, you know she can hit from deep. She hit 3 in a row at one point. Oakland-Craig goes on an extended 19-4 run. They have the lead at the half. Second half, though, Pender finds their shot again. That's the freshman, Macy Dolliver. She was in double figures for the Penn Dragons. Meanwhile, Pender on the dribble drive. Dolliver, that's Madeline Dolliver, and 1. She had an incredible night for Pender as they regain the lead. Good ball movement here. Going to see Dolliver splitting the wickets, finding Briley Mosser, who had 4 points in the third quarter. But it's Oakland-Craig up by 4 as we head to the fourth. And Oakland-Craig would extend their lead That's a pretty step back there from Gazinski. Sonia Gazinski finished with 11 points for Oakland-Craig. They're up 4 at that point. The Pender retaking the lead. Dolliver hits the triple. She had 12, including that key bucket there. Oakland-Craig down 1 late. How about some clutch defense? Allie Reuter with the rejection. Oakland-Craig trying again. Can't hit. Battle for the board. Foul called. Pender goes to the line. Hadley Walsh would hit 1 of 2. Last chance for Oakland-Craig. Falls by the wayside. And Pender survives. They win their 3rd straight East Husker Conference Championship. Cut down those nets. 51-48. The Penn Dragons win.